What's up, fam? All Clouded, episode 50, and today we have an absolutely cranked as video. Straight up. So, I'm giving you guys a warning. There is going to be a cheesy soundboard in the background. There is plenty of toys to look over. But first off, we'll give credit where credit's due. A massive shout out to Sibling. You made this account so cracked, so stoked. Honestly, once we got everything, we were just staring at the tower, getting lost in the thoughts and the sauce. So for everybody watching today, if you do us a favor, if you like this episode, put a W in chat for Sibling. Right down the bottom. W Sibling. We're going to go over everything. We've had a massive jump in our account. The best thing we can do is what I'll do is I'll go through the exact order and what toys we got. And I'll try to go through my thoughts in picking those, because regardless of the jump in the account, I was still going to pick it in this order. And I didn't even calculate everything out with a stone calculator or whatever. All I did was I just bought it in the exact same order, and when we ran out of sauce, that was it. The juice was done. So, again, I'll put a full disclaimer out there, or a full warning, we should probably say. If you guys are listening to this and you're not listening to it in a headphone, and you're lying next to your spouse in bed, they're probably going to go, who the hell is that guy you're watching? Put something else on. Definitely turn it down, because there might be a bit of hype in here, there might be a bit of shouting, there's going to be a cheesy ass soundboard going in the background. But yeah, let's get straight into it. Enough of the yappering. Let's get straight into it. We are going to cancel the run. Boom. Surrender. Never, Uncle Fudd. So the first thing on the list is, when making this decision, one of the key things that I was thinking about was staying true to what I was saying up to this point, that we must be like 5 or 6 weeks now where we've been heavy focusing on how we're going to progress as far as tournaments goes. How do we secure a position where we're not going to run into a problem getting demoted, and we're not going to run into a problem where our account goes stale? Because for the most part throughout this journey, I focused heavy on econ, doing like as many strats as I can, and there is a little piece of me that wishes that I followed more of a tournament focused build. Some of the decisions that I could have made, I could have held some ranks a lot earlier than I have been. So first thing on the list, because it's upgrade that takes labs, is we picked up, where is it? The Super Tower Mastery. Boom. So why did I pick this? So it's like I was saying, to get this thing online, the way that it works is it has a 30-second cooldown. Its uptime is 15 seconds. You can't adjust the uptime, but if you go for the lab and the mastery, look at that, Demon Mode Mastery upgrade. So if you go for the lab and the mastery, what it does is it works on the cooldown to eventually get you to 100% uptime. So all of the damage that applies to your projectile damage, what it does is with the Super Tower bonus lab, it's something like 30% of the halfback for the Steelers or something like that. And then at the end of the day, it'll give you something like 3x damage towards your ultimate weapon. So that's massive, but it also applies to your spotlight. So that, accompanied with a good ohm chip that's always on the boss, is going to be massive, especially with the scaling of tier 17, and it's also going to apply to farm. So this was the first choice. W in chat for Sibling. Look at that. Super Tower. Now the next one. The reason why I made this decision is, although it can only help me in tournaments, if I progress further in tournaments, I can get the upgrade that I need for farming. And it's one of those, those for a glass cannon build or any build, applies with hybrid as well, that incorporates damage or is a heavy damage focus with a purchase with keys. And if that's our goal, to try to get some keys so we can get some unlocks, then this is basically one of the pivotal pieces in the build. So let's have a look, lads. We got the demon mode mastery. Yes, W in chat for Sibling. Look at it. Look at it. So at a maximum lab, you can get this on a 300-second cycle. And I'm pretty sure at the maximum lab, you can get this at, I want to say 5x. I could be wrong. I haven't really thought too much about it. But all I know is it's a ton. It's a ton of damage. Let's go, lads. So, like I said, this is a key piece for a heavy damage focused build. And it's just a massive multiplier that we need. And if we can perform better in tournaments, then we're going to get the keys that we can have this so it's automated. So this is directly what I would have purchased next. Even if keys are so far down the road, it's such a boost to tournament performance that with the super tower and everything, it's kind of like your staple. Like if you're going to go order something to eat, or you make yourself something to eat, it's the meat and veg. The seasoning and all that comes a bit later, but it's the meat and veg of the meal, and that's why we picked up the Demon Mode Mastery. Now the next thing, I know, there's more, lads. There's bloody more, lads. So the next thing we went for is pretty much standard. It's something that you want to do, and it comes with an investment, but it allows flexibility into the stuff that you do within your build, not just with farming, but with tournament and that. And it's something that everybody wants when you hit the milestone, but at the same time, the ways the stone economy works and everything, there's other stuff that you have to balance in. So, are you ready, lads? Let's hit it. Yes, that's it. Wow. There we go. W in chat for Sibling. Look at that. Bro, honestly, like, this is all the stuff that I was going to do over months. And it's like, we got it all at once, and there's like a massive dopamine rush. So, the reason why I did this is pretty damn obvious. The utility that you can get from the flexibility in your builds. This has been where I've been playing around the most as far as the build goes. Just trying to figure out what the hell is going on. It's one of those ones. It's like every time I'm tweaking something, we just get a little bit better, a little bit more coins, a little bit deeper into the farms and that. And I haven't even tried all that many things. The main thing that I'm focusing on at the moment is a combination of something to do with OA, something to do with Space Displacer, or something to do with ACP. These are the ones that I'm mucking around with the most. And I just put Singularity or Harness on there because we all know it's a bigger gold bot, so you're going to get like some sort of impact, but I haven't even tried other things. I haven't tried it with a Pulsar Harvester, I haven't tried it with a project funding, a Galaxy Compressor. There's so many things that we can do with these 3 slots, and it can, like, as far as configuring things and adjusting things or playing around with tournament, the entertainment factor or the diversity in the build that you can create, absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So there was no doubt I was picking these up next. So there is more. Yes, there's more. So lastly, on the list, the next thing I had to focus on is if we're going to be looking at introducing masteries. Well, what is the baseline of our coin economy? Because at the end of the day, damage equals coins for our build. Damage equals coins. But econ and coins also equals damage, because there's stuff that we can purchase with that. So the next thing on the list is we picked up some more GT Plus. Yeah! W in chat for Sibling, lads. So we took it to level 4, and bro, what a jump. What a jump. There's been so much that's happened with the account and the power spike that we got that I don't even know what the hell's going on. I don't know what's attributing to what. What's, you know, like everything we're doing, it's like, is it because I put this mod or this configuration in while it jumped the coin per hour? Is it just all attributed to the Golden Tower, the GT Plus? Is it because we're going deeper into waves because we can survive longer? I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. But it's absolutely, yeah, it's wild. It's like I'm checking them more frequently in the runs. And every time I'm adjusting something or doing something, or also these masteries are picking up more levels than that, it's like, again, it changes. So I think it's going to take us some time before things settle down. It's probably going to take me some time before I settle down until we figure out, you know, what the hell's going on and where's our baseline, where things start to settle, and then we can go ahead and strategize in that. And there was a little bit more change. It's not as big as all the previous upgrades in that we got, but we might as well throw it in there. I picked up an extra second of duration on the chrono field. Yeah, W in chat for Sibling, lads. So the reason why I took it to 56 seconds, and everybody was saying, lad, or Clouded, just go and take it so it's a pure permanent chrono field. We can. The only thing that affects us as far as not having that duration is if we don't get the 5-second perk in the farm run. It can be super annoying when the CF drops. Like, we are going to get it eventually, but if we don't get it super early, it's annoying. You know, it's dropping in and out. It can cost you a bit of coins and stuff like that. But as far as the tournaments go, we're not living long enough with our tournaments in that the duration, the battle condition for the duration is actually affecting us. Like, we're not surviving that long, so you know, it's not super important. But eventually, when we're doing really well, we're definitely going to have to pick them up. So it's high on my priority list to finish that off, but it's just not quite in my focus. But why would I want it 56 seconds? Or why do people want it at 1 minute and 1 second? Is there seems to be some weird little, I don't know what it is. It's like an animation bug or something that goes on if you have the cooldown at 1 minute and the duration at 1 minute. You want it at an extra second over, so that when it fires over, it's constant. Like, there's something weird that happens, and somebody else might be able to explain it better when it comes down to frames or the FUD math and the programming and that. But that's about the best that I can give you. That it's just common consensus that people put about a second over. So with the perk in a farming run, it does take us to 61 seconds. So that's why we picked that up. And there it is, lads. Bro, what an absolute insane week. It happened like midweek. I was full fizzing out. I still am, and it's going to take us, again, a while to settle down. And yeah, just a massive shout out to you, Sibling. I know it's something stupid with a little nerdy game, but look, we find it fun. It's enough that we've been posting. This is our 50th episode. You know, I think there's only been 1 or 2 times when we haven't posted, and it might have been when either I was too hungover or I had a family member pass away. And, you know, obviously I can't be I can't be feeling all happy and over the moon when you're in the dumps and in the blues. But besides that, we've been pretty much religiously posting, and yeah, what a blast. What an absolute blast. Everywhere from the Black Friday packs to the gift from the kids to the gift from the sibling. Absolutely outstanding, and we are just on our own buzz. And if you guys have made it this far, how many minutes are we at? I can't even see it on the OBS. If you guys have made it this far, what we will do, we'll do a quick run around the block. We don't have to go too deep into it. But yeah, W in the chat for Sibling, fam. W in the chat for Sibling. So, claim the gems. Let's go around to stats. I don't know if I did it at the start. We're at 47k. Boom. What an outstanding jump. We're at 308 Q coins. And I probably actually didn't explain it at the start. The reason why I'm posting when you guys are seeing it now, opposed to when I normally post, is mainly because I didn't want to jump into the live stream. And then heaps of people would see things and it would kind of, I wouldn't say ruin the video. It would just spoil it for a lot of people or something like that. If they're just dipping in and out of the stream, they've been following or been a part of this journey for all this time. And then they go, hey, wait a minute. When did you get that? So, yeah, 308 Q coins. We're at 12 keys now. We will get to that, fam. We will get to that. Here's how the farms are looking. Tier 14, the highest we got is 2Q. So we generally, as far as it comes to the runs, we're generally around this 4,800 waves and generally around the 2Q mark. The overnight runs have shot up to over 7.5k. That's pretty standard. I think the way my intro sprint mastery is, it's about 9 hours or something like that. And I think we can still go lower. I just have to end up cancelling the run because we need to get the tier 14s going. And as far as the tier 14s go, I'm still trying to find the baseline. I don't know whether it's better culling the runs early, stretching them out longer. We're just, there's so much that's happened. We're still figuring it out. That it's going to take a while for us to find where our happy medium is. So that's basically as far as the run goes. Look how good the coins are. Like, look at that. Look how many difference in the waves. An extra 3,000 waves only gets me that. We might end up getting to the point where we just overnight a tier 14 and when it dies, it dies. But look, when we get to that point, we'll get to it. For the tourney, for the history, boom, we got a 15. We actually got sniped. A player landed just on us, which kind of sucked and it pulled us back. And the person that was in front of us was only three waves ahead, but I just could not catch it in that. But I knew at the end of the day we were probably going to be secure. So we picked up keys in absolutely atrocious battle conditions, but it is what it is. We picked up the dub. So maybe we're onto something. Maybe we're onto consistent keys. Who knows? Who knows, lads? Events. I do need to pick up the pass. I can't even remember what the relics are. Go! Thorns. What's this? Cash bonus. Whoa! Coins, lad. We know we all want those. Yeah, there's already some annoying ones. Like this nuke one's annoying. Death ray. Absolute cancer. Killing us. Here's where we are with all of these. I don't really know. I think now that we've got assist mods, those extra slots, I might go back to golden bot. So I might actually respec it. I might have a play around with this, and we might even get to the stage where we actually just try to max the golden bot, like the cooldown and everything, and we try a G-comp build. I'm not too sure. That's all stuff that we get to figure out along the way. Guilds always smashing it. Best team ever. Oh, we do have some. What's this? Okay, we'll pick up another one. Fetch. A little bit all over the show. Got 175. What do we do? We're supposed to go that? Well, that's that. That is that. Workshop enhancements. I haven't been spending any of my coins because I'm still actually trying to figure out how much bloody coins I make a day. So I could try to figure out how many masteries. So currently I think where we're at, we could probably comfortably afford. So we might be at like say if we do 3 runs, 6Q, so we might be about 8Q a day. So we should comfortably be able to lab 3 masteries. I'm thinking we might be able to comfortably lab 4 masteries. I think that might be where we're at, but I'm not sure yet. So I'm not really spending any coins. I'm just kind of letting the build up, and then the masteries take over it. We spoke about the demo mode. We spoke about the intro sprint, but currently, oh, there we go. We also picked up the 20th card slot. Yeah, I forgot about that. I think that's what we did with the gems. That's not only what we did with the gems. Obviously got the banner, but we'll get to that when we get there. So as far as the cards go, I've found that I need to sub something up. In order to stretch the waves longer, I need to sub something out and to put in the landmine stun. It just helps stretch the waves a bit longer. And all I did for that is I actually just pulled out the crit chance. Now people will be like, why do you pull out crit chance? That's about a gajillion% damage to your build. It is, I think it's somewhere around 25 to 30% or something for the way that all my stats are. It's a considerable amount. It's nothing to scoff at, and we definitely want to get that back at some stage. But that's just something we can figure out. The only other thing we could look to sub out is potentially something like Energy Net, if we're using a Space Displacer configuration. Slow Aura, again, if we're using a Space Displacer configuration. There might be 1 or 2 other things, for yourselves you might consider. Like, you might consider taking out the crit coin. I've seen other people take out crit coin. Some of these smaller cards that aren't going to have too much of an impact, I think you're pretty fine to sub it out. As far as the gem goes, as soon as this banner's finished, I'm going to go for another slot. I'm not going to go for modules in that. So 8,500 is a huge grind, but we will get there. So yeah, moddies. Yeah, bro. Every time I look at it, wow, fam. Wow. Bro, crazy. So with the banner, we got diddly squat, and I'm so glad that I didn't blow everything that I had and that I picked up the card slot, because it's like almost like I predicted it, that I was going to have the worst luck ever. But I think we may have picked up a star on the AD, which is not bad. I'm not using it at the moment. Doesn't mean that I won't use it in the future. We did get this to Mythic, which I'm pretty happy with. Eventually we might get to the stage where we're rolling in these slots, and I might put some efficiency into the triangle and see where we go. But the rest of it, honestly, just kinners. Just rubbish. But look, it is what it is. It's the name of the game when it comes to it. I don't go and get my knickers in a twist, fam. Just take it as it comes, and yeah, it's kind of like it is what it is. And honestly, when does the banner run out? 2 more days. Straight after that, I'm back to saving, and I need another card slot, because I'm kind of hoping that we can tie in, if we can keep getting keys, we can tie in the auto demon mode for unlocking the card slot, and then we can slot it in, and then we're gonna be pumping. Bro, 5XL damage. Insane. Yeah, absolutely insane. For the labs, like I said, we're doing masteries. What are we doing in the spare slots? I am keeping the super tower bonus in, and I'm going to take it to max. Bro, it's such a long lab. It's absolutely insane, but I'm actually happy that I started it a while ago. The demon mode, look, it's taking it to 3x. Super tower mastery is taking it to 12 seconds, which, like, after this lab and 1 more lab, that means it'll be at, like, what, 50% uptime. Which I think from that point onwards, when you're at that 50% uptime, I think from that point onwards, you're kind of onto something. That's when the tool starts to shine. Intro sprint mastery, huge. Look at this. It now skips 1260 waves. The next one will be 1440 waves. So that's another thing, like, is that's what's increasing our coins. Who bloody knows? There's just so much going on, and I'm trying as fast as possible to find where my baseline is, but I don't think it's going to be until these labs kind of settle down a bit, or you know, we finish up some of these massive jumps. Like, these are huge jumps in power. I think I explained it either in the last live stream or in the last update video, that if the super tower, if my damage is 1s, and then the super tower 3x's it, or whatever the number is, you know, that's 3s, and then you throw a 5x multiplier on it, like, you can see you can see it all add up really fast, you know, up to something juicy. And I've just got lab coin discount on, because why not? So I think now with the cells, with the tier 14, we can comfortably do a 5x. I still have quite a low investment in the enhancements for cells, but now we're getting a little bit more liquid flowing into the count. Thanks to everything, you know, we're kind of in a really good spot. So, going forward, what is our plan? I wouldn't have a clue. Honestly, I would not have a clue. I'd not have a clue. The only thing as far as the plan is what we can do is just keep bloody pushing. Just keep pushing. So I'm kind of torn between continuing to focus heavy into Tawny and how we can best perform in there, which would mean like more CF plus, you know, some more damage masteries, or that we go for more of econ and we look to polish off this version of farming, which is lowering down our sync time, more GT plus, more duration, and everything like that. But look, when we come to that decision, we'll come to it. For now, we just get to kick back and enjoy all the outstanding toys that we got. So once again, W in chat for Sibling. A massive thank you. Super appreciate it. For everybody watching, I super appreciate you guys. You know the drill. You know how this goes. So we'll hit it with you. So if you like what you see, you know the drill, fam. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification button so you can see when the next video is coming out. And as always, keep it clouded, fam.